Good day, it's Fraser Coast Stories with George Seymour, and I am at the recording studio of Fraser Coast FM107.5 with Paul, who is the musical director here.
Yeah, and the production manager, that's right.
It's a great radio station. I actually had a show here on Saturdays, 12 to 3, 20 years ago, when it was a couple of studios before, because it used to be on Hunter Street in a building that's since burnt down. And so I was there, and then I was also a bit further down the Hunter Street intersection with Torquay Terrace, where Serena Russo was or is. It was upstairs there. Yeah, so I've had a long affiliation with the station. I really enjoyed having those shows. Can you tell me a bit about what the station means for the community?
Well, the station for the community, actually, it's its first place of contact. When everything else fails, for example, community radio is there because we are local and we talk about local issues, not for the whole state, but really for the Fraser Coast area. So when people are looking to get information about things that matter to them, that's when they come to Fraser Coast FM.
Yeah, and there's a real diversity of music here. As musical director, do you try and get in different types, different genres?
Oh, that's a challenging thing to do. We try to do a really good mix of music for all tastes, because our musical audience it ranges from about the age of 45 up, and that covers a lot of different genres in music.
Yeah. We can bring him in.
Yeah,
Ross
can bring him in. Yeah, okay.
Well, Ross is just waiting outside the studio. Ross is the president, so we'll get him on. There's a real, it's a hive of activity, Ross. Yeah. This is Fraser Coast FM 107.5, which you're aware of, but we're recording right now in the studio for Fraser Coast Stories with George Seymour. Ross, you're the president here, yes?
Yep, I'm the president.
Can you tell us a bit about what the station is trying to do for the community?
Well, sure. What we're trying to do is get much more involved with the community. And let me just get this.
Yeah, you fix that up. Yeah,
get the mic right. We're increasing all of our community involvement to a much greater depth with our project called the Outreach Program, Community Outreach Program, and we are also trying to expand our the area of our broadcast to include the greater Fraser Coast.
What is the broadcast? Where can people hear you from?
At the moment, our licensed broadcast area is just really Harvey Bay.
Yeah,
and but that was set up 30 years ago, and the demographic and population has changed dramatically since then.
People living at Riverheads and Bermheads and areas that were once cane fields, and Nickenbaugh and Dundarren.
So we're working with the ACMA, who are the licensing legislative body, and trying to get them to agree to allow us to broadcast to what is now the Fraser Coast Regional Council area, electorate.
Great area.
Yeah, fantastic area. Great.
I can't speak highly enough about that.
A great council, led by a great mayor. But if we're successful in that will allow us to broadcast to Tugum, Burmheads, at Maryborough, Tyro, and down south further, down to not quite to Tin Can Bay, but close that way, which increases our outreach. So we can reach more people, we can help more people, we can get involved with more people, and they can get involved with us.
Yeah, and you are a real part of the community. I mean, you mentioned before about, 30 years ago, it's a certain sort of footprint. Things have changed. People have a bit more choice now. You'll be listening to this on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. Yeah. As a radio station, how do you adapt to meet the needs of the community with changing technology? Because like I said, when I had a show, I brought in my box of CDs. You could still play tapes and records. I don't think you have any CDs here anymore. Like, things are changing.
We've completely done away with CDs and with laptops.
Yeah.
And everything, all of the music and all of the recording is served from our network server. And it's all digital music. It's all digitized. It's all in MP3 format is the standard we've adopted at a very high bit rate. And we're finding that that's a very efficient way to put together programs and to make it easy for our presenters to select the music and present the music.
Yeah. Yeah, and so what do you see the future of Fraser Coast FM 107.5 looking like?
Well, we're also looking for bigger premises,
Yep, mhm.
and we'll be talking about that later offline. But we need a larger premises for us to expand. We've
Yeah.
pretty much rebuilt the station in here.
It's looking great.
Yeah. And, I mean, a year ago we didn't have this second studio.
Yeah.
But now we have 2 broadcast studios and a recording and production studio, which is what we're in now. And we want to expand more. We need some space. We're planning to have podcast studios and media training and live music. So we'll get the local artists, give them a venue to come in and
record,
present themselves, record, play live on air, and get involved with the community in that way. We're also involving school children.
Yeah, last time I was in here, it was full of kids.
Yeah. We had, I think we had 2 days of 22 children from Maryborough
Wow.
School a day.
That's a handful, yeah.
And it was chaos. But it was good for them, and that's the sort of community involvement we have. We're also working with 2 young up-and-coming bands that are still in school. They're only 15, 14, 15, 16. One is Sagnar. They're doing
Oh, yeah,
very
I like
well.
Sagnar. They're awesome. Yeah, young kids, yeah.
And we have we do
3-piece punk
we
band.
do everything we can to help those guys. And also there's another one from Urangan High called Unbleached, and we've got both of those up on our YouTube channel on our website, frasercoast.fm, and that's what we want to expand into doing more of that.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, you've got a really important role in the community, a very strong history here, and I'm sure it's got a great future. So, yeah, thanks, Ross and Paul, for what you're doing for the station and our community.
Yeah,
You're
thanks.
welcome.
And thanks for spending some time with us.
Thanks.